Welcome to the Mortgage Warrior podcast featuring Steve Dostal. Host Darryl Smart chats with the Mortgage Warrior about his no-BS approach to financing that is sprinkled in with conversations with other people in the business and around the community. So without further ado, here he is, the Mortgage Warrior, Steve Dostal. What's up, everyone? Darryl Smart here, along with my good buddy Steve Dostal, the Mortgage Warrior. What's up, my friend?
Not much. It's been
a couple weeks, eh?
It's been, yeah, I mean, obviously the market is extremely different than it was when we first started these podcasts. So,
yeah.
Rates have gone up. People are forecasting another maybe 3/4 of a point or 1 point on September 7th.
Jeez.
Which is, next Tuesday or following Tuesday?
So things have kind of changed even since we last talked.
Yeah, it's honestly baffling how, everybody wanted to buy and sell. And And now people can't sell their property, and they need to sell their property because they need to buy that other property they bought.
Yeah.
And they didn't go in any conditions on there because they don't listen to the finance people. They listen to the realtors.
Wow, and that's half the battle too, right? Yeah. And is that a tug of war? And is that a tug of war that you guys, as financial people, kind of go? Because I know you have a lot of realtor friends out there, but you have that tug of war where it really seems to be a tug of war with them.
Well, when you're in commission sales,
I suppose,
the tug of war is always going to be there, right? They're going to put pressure on me to get the deal done. The clients are getting pressured from, the realtor to list it at this price or to buy or to sell, right? I mean, I do have a hard time when a realtor, tells me that what kind of a mortgage broker am I to tell, I need my client to go in with no conditions or not going to get this house.
Yeah.
The reason why I tell people not to go in without conditions, so you're protected. The minute you call me, you're protected, right? Because I'm not going to tell you to go in without any conditions. I don't care if you have a 900 Beacon score. I don't care if you got $200,000 approval income and 50% down payment. At the end of the day, if something goes wrong in that property, like if the appraisal comes in lower or, you find something in the home in a home inspection, and all of a sudden now you're not getting a home inspection because you're being told by a realtor, not the money guy, but a realtor, that the only way for you to get a house is to go in no conditions.
Well, it's one of those funny things I've noticed. We kind of joked that it's very easy to sell a house when the market's hot like it had been.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel bad for some of our realtor friends out there because they really have to put the work in now. I think.
Well, I mean, it's going back to the way it used to be, where you had to put in the work to earn that, 4% or 2% or whatever commission they've negotiated. I think the biggest problem now is that everybody thought that being a mortgage broker or mortgage agent or a real estate, agent was easy work. Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, my dog Bosco could have sold a home at the beginning of this pandemic and reap the benefits of that. But now, right, because there's a big influx of these young, new mortgage agents and or real estate agents. I mean, some are doing a really great job. Some are kind of figuring out now that this is a grind. It's not, I've been doing this for 17 years. You think it took me, how long do you think it took me before I made the first $100,000? It was at least a decade.
Well, yeah. And I was even thinking of, from my perspective of what I do with video and social media and stuff. I wasn't even going out reaching out to realtors because they didn't have to sell, but I guess it's time to
reach out.
I know it's time to reach out to them, but what do you look for in partnerships? And I know this podcast is about giving advice and stuff, but it's also about creating that community. So what do you look for in kind of in a realtor partner? Because you do have a lot of realtor friends out there.
I do, yes.
But you want to partner up with people to kind of collaborate, right? To give people the best.
Essentially, what I look for is somebody that just knows their job, knows the market, knows how to deal with. Every client is different. No difference of dealing with a mortgage. You have clients that are extremely needy, that have no idea what the hell's going on. And you got other ones that are seasoned, right? For me, if you put the best interest of your client forward before your commission, that's what I care about. Because you're what's really weird about being a mortgage agent and being a realtor is that you don't really need any major formal education for the biggest purchase of your life.
That's crazy to me.
Right? You could go and do a mortgage agent course over a weekend. You can go become a real estate agent within 6 months.
Oh, man.
Sure, you have to do an aptitude test, but if you get a college diploma, which I do, by the way, I got two. you can get in there. But if you don't have a college diploma or if you don't have your grade 12, you write an aptitude test. It's like 30 questions.
That's
right?
crazy.
So
even a guy, almost even a person like me that sucks at tests could do well.
And then they have some kind of a test, like cheat kind of thing where it helps you along with the testing, right? It gives you kind of the answers, like, whatever. But where was that in high school when I needed it? But
tell me about
you know
it.
what I mean? But
Again,
so I like to partner with realtors that are they're just real people that are not worried about a fashion show or worried about the next best looking car or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I work with a lot of seasoned real estate agents, and some like me, some don't. But the difference is that I'm still in business because I'm obviously doing something right.
Yeah.
And most of the seasoned agents that I work with are still in business. A lot of them have been in business a lot longer than I have.
Yeah.
So do I look down on real estate agents? No. Everybody has to put food on their family's table.
Absolutely.
But it's the ones that are, pressuring their clients to list and to buy before they sell, or are the opposite, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I have about 7 or 8 deals on my desk that people have bought before they've sold,
Wow.
have listed, and they're continually to keep dropping the price.
Yeah.
Price improvement, right? Like those are my favorite words, price improvement, right? Like it still bugs me to see that people are like, well, I got $250,000 over asking. Like, maybe you should have listed the property properly.
Yeah.
Instead of listing it below market value to garner all these attention, which is all a marketing ploy, by the way.
Well, and I was going to ask you about that. The one thing or one catchphrase I notice is many put over asking on their signs.
Yes.
Is that a good thing? To me, like as a marketing person, that's not a bad look, I think. But I guess it works. Like
that's the catch-22 is that you want to show any potentially new client that you're going to list with, look, I can get this way over asking for you if you list with me.
Yeah.
Right? That's the draw, right? Yeah. Or the other favorite one is, list your house with me. I'll list it at 3% because the norm is 4 to 5%.
Yeah.
Right? If somebody brings a buyer to you as another agent, you give them 2 and you keep 1.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how a lot of agents started and continue to do, and that's how you get listings, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm not here to bash realtors. There are a lot of really good ones out there, but there's also really a lot of ones out there.
Yeah.
So
can we use the word vodka in there, since we had to use the word vodka and
you can use vodka
in the cuss words?
Yeah, that's fine. The other thing is, what we talked about earlier is partnering up. You got to partner up with a few good real estate agents that could find you properties off market that could get you good deals. I mean, I worked with Ben Chavot and Sonia from Brant Realty. We picked up a great deal there. Renee Maruelli, another good realtor that we've used in the past, that we picked up another good property off market from her. Yeah. Right. So for me, and then I partner up with a builder, right, where we get into private mortgages and how that works. So essentially, we find a property, which we did on Angling Road, that we got,
You partnered up with Elevation?
Elevation Homes for the building, as the builder, and then we use Adam DeGroot to find us the lot.
Nice.
So I don't just work with one realtor. I have a wide variety, and I can name names like, Andy Evans, Sean McDonald, Colin and Jess Wright, Ryan Campbell, Cheryl Averill, like Cheryl Van Sickle. Like, there's a lot of really good realtors out there. If I didn't mention your name, I apologize.
Doodle. We were just talking about Doodle. What's up, buddy?
A seasoned, realtor like Doodle.
The captain of the Burford Bulldogs many moons ago.
That's right. But, so we're building a new build out on Angling Road, and we partnered with Justin, who's a builder. So when you partner with somebody like Justin, at Elevation Homes, you get the knowledge of a guy that has been building homes for a lot of years. Mm-hmm. And when you joint venture with somebody, he can give you his bare minimum cost that puts food in his family table while we're earning, like while we're building this property. Yeah. And then when it sells, everybody gets a balloon payment that's involved with the joint venture, and everybody's happy.
So how did the idea of this collaboration on Angling Road kind of come about? Is this your first one, first of all?
No. Justin built a home in Waterford as well, and he used me for private money because at the end of the day, it's hard to qualify at a big bank to get construction financing. Yeah. Right? So the path of least resistance is to borrow the money when you need it, when a certain percentage of the property is done. So once the foundation and the framing is done, then we release more money to close it. And then, release more money for the plumbing, release more money for the electrical. And the best part about it is you want to partner up with all those trades too, which Justin does. So Justin offers them, listen, we're going to do this. If you give it to us and you let us pay us back by the time you sell it, which, sometimes it could go a little further, right? I mean, we bought this lot in December in the middle of the pandemic where I didn't think we were going to get it. They listed it at $399 and we got it for $405 or whatever it was. So, now we're building it and we're at $190 a square foot roughly of what we're able to do, which is over $500-600 a square foot to build a brand new home out there.
And there's a huge yardage to it, isn't there?
It's got an acre, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We used to have parties there back in the '90s. One of the original owners had
what happened
in the backyard there, and it was an awesome place.
Yeah, I mean, there's a stream that runs down the side. Right across the road is a pond, right? And you're in a little knit community of about 7 or 8 homes of all nice stature, and we're building a nice 2-story two-story home. 2,100 square feet on the main level, 8-foot ceilings in the basement. Which can add another 1,000 square feet. Big windows. At the end of the day, reach out to Mark Stockdale. And if you want to take a look at it, or you go on MLS and type in 46 Angling Road. I think the biggest thing for a lot of people is the cost, right? When you're dealing with private mortgages. Right, my private mortgages start at 8% plus 2% lender fee, 2% brokerage fee. Obviously, the lender fees are not negotiable because they want their pound of flesh. My fee is kind of negotiable, but depending on the situation, right? If you're looking to do something like that, you got to make sure you have some kind of collateral or a good down payment, or as they call it, a big money investor that holds the mortgage at the beginning and then takes his pound of flesh at the end once you sell it, right? So. For me, is it an easy way to do it? Yeah, it is. But you gotta know what you get into. You gotta do your pro forma. You gotta have all your T's crossed, I's dotted. Your math, because math doesn't lie. That's the best thing about math. It doesn't lie. If 2 + 2 is not 5, or it's 4.
My world it is,
right? But depending on how many edibles you eat, right? But for me, we picked up another one on Oak Hill Drive that. It's all about finding the good realtor that could find you those little gems that people. Because I hate to say this, but reality is people die, people have to move, people have to relocate. People have to downsize for whatever reason it may be. I mean, life gets in the way on stuff, and people don't realize that. Because when you're a realtor, you're either helping people buy a home or you're helping people sell a home. With being a mortgage broker, we have renewals, we have people buying rental properties. People need to refinance to clear debt. Like there's a lot more than just buying and selling for buying or refinancing. Like there's a lot of different things that we can do. So when you partner up with a guy like myself or any other mortgage broker that knows what they're doing, we can help you out, right?
And how does the vision to the house go? Is that something that you want to collaborate on with Elevation?
Yeah. So basically, Justin has plans from other properties he's built that we could piece together something that will fit the footprint that we're looking to do. Because when we bought this lot in Angling Road, it came already with a foundation. It came with a septic. It came with a well, because somebody decided to torch the home it was a brand new home that was built there. So we got lucky to have all that stuff already in there. So we don't need carry-on home warranty because there's an existing footprint. Right? Doesn't mean that we wouldn't honor anybody that buy it if anything happened to it. Or whatever. But
the bones are there.
The bones are there. So we had to go with what the footprint was on that foundation. So we had to test the foundation and make sure that the foundation was good after the fire. And, it was good. So we didn't have any issues with the foundation. The septic was brand new, which is fine. And the hydro was already there to the road. All you need to do is bring it over and attach it. So, for me, when you're working with a builder, you need to find a good builder that knows what he's doing, that has the trades to help what you're doing, and to have the suppliers that can give us the deals that we need to do.
Nowadays,
right?
That's a big thing.
Just for an example, just the framing, for somebody to come there and frame it, like that 2,100 square foot 2-story property, you're $45,000 for a framer to come in there and frame it.
That's insane.
Right? The wood, right, was maybe it was No, it's 33 grand for the wood.
What?
Right? So
Yeah,
now
I suppose,
so you're at $77,000 just for that. But if I had to add in the foundation on that, the foundation would be another 30, 40 grand.
So if there is advice to give to other people wanting to invest in properties, just like you guys in your collaboration, it would be to almost find something with bare bones, or was something with a skeleton almost, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it really all depends, right? You know, like if you can buy a property for $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 cheaper than what the asking price should be, then you're ahead of the game, right? You know, this whole BRRR, the buy, renovate, refinance, repeat, right? That's hard to do in this kind of market now. Right, rates are higher, so that's the carrying costs are more. To refinance is going to cost you more because now, if you know it's 5.84% to refinance your property, you gotta qualify at the benchmark rate plus 2% from the stress test. So now so 6 months ago I was qualifying people at on a 5-year fixed at like 2.29. Add 2% to that, so that's 4.49% or 4.29%. Now that same rate is at 5.25 or whatever it is. Now I have to qualify you at 7.25. So you're 3% higher, to qualify at, which, believe it or not, on a $500,000 home, that's like, you're losing 150 grand. Right? So anybody that's trying to buy now or refinance, they're really, it's really hard right now. And if they raise rates again next week, which they're saying they are, man, like, it's going to be crazy.
You're not and you hate to make predictions, but what do you kind of see out of that? Like, it's almost the start of something pretty major. I would think
it's a huge thing.
Shift.
It's a huge shift because now, it's costing you even more money to borrow. So all these, amateur investors, even seasoned investors now, are getting hit with these higher costs. Even people that are using their home equity line of credit, the HELOC, they started paying, like, for example, I gave out a TD HELOC like 6 months ago or 8 months ago. It was, prime, plus a half a point. You know what I mean? So that back then, prime was like 3.25 or whatever it is. Now it's 4.7. So now you're paying 5.2% on your, like, it's crazy now, right? So the best advice I can give you is obviously, if you're looking to do something like that, you're looking to build a brand new home, is do your due diligence with your builder, do your due diligence with your financial person.
And I think just kind of the moral of the whole podcast is find people to collaborate with that you trust and that you have you have that togetherness with.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Justin has been great. I mean, he built my bunkie out at my cottage. He built the shed out at my cottage. He's going to be doing more work around my cottage, and that's a collaboration with him and I because he needed money.
It's trust too.
And you know what? Instead of me charging this or that, then I say, well, I need this done. Right, and that's cheaper for him. That's his forte, is building things. So why wouldn't he want to trade that off with me? So you get no difference with your other trades, right? So my electrician, the drywall guy, the HVAC guy. You have relationships with these people, so later on, like half of the stuff in my cottage I bartered for. Right, so at the end of the day, it's building relationships. It's not just realtors. It's everything that you need to buy a home. Exactly. Anything you need to renovate a home, you need to partner up with somebody or get some people, get involved. If you're interested, you can call me. Like, I have nothing to hide, really. At the end of the day, you can go online and see what I paid for this property. You can go online and see what I sold this property for. It's all public record.
So you're open to other collaborations, obviously. Which is
always open to other collaborations. No difference with you collaborating with the Six Nation Chiefs, or you collaborating, with what I saw you doing the other day on LinkedIn. That you went into another company, and for obvious reasons, when you start doing podcasts with me, you get my name out there, but people can see that I'm a legitimate business guy. And then that helps you business too. So it's all give and take in this business, right?
Well, and again, being you're the veteran entrepreneur, and I'm kind of well, this will be almost 2 years for me. And that's the one thing that I've really wanted to focus on, is that collaboration with people, because flying solo, it doesn't get you very far. That's for sure.
No, I mean, get you to the moon, but how do you get back? Right? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you need somebody to help you get home, right? But at the end of the day, it's obviously everything you do in real estate is a gamble. Nothing is guaranteed, like rates. Right? So for me, I just look at the bigger picture, is that, I'm helping out Justin, that's putting food in his family's table. He's helping me put food on my table.
Yeah.
And all the tradespeople that are around, even lawyers, Alan Lovett, who's my lawyer, Wendy Newton, who's my lawyer, right? Bodie Ryerson, Wendy Newton, Alan Lovett, Waters Holden. Like, my cousin Jesse also is a litigation lawyer, so you need to have litigation stuff too, right? You have to have all your professionals that you can go to and say, I need help with this, but they can do the same for you.
Exactly.
And that's the best part about it.
Oh, that's awesome. And what a way to come back.
Yeah, right.
So,
episode, what is this? Episode what?
I don't know. I think it's 8, 9.
We,
no, we might be at 10.
Well,
maybe we'll see.
Double digits? Wow.
Maybe.
All right. Well,
nice.
You guys have a great day.
And thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.